We think we know the big stories of war, right? The soldiers, the battles, the politics. But what about the stories that just got lost? The ones that were silenced, ignored, or maybe even erased on purpose? Well, that's what we're here to do today. We're going to uncover one of those stories, the story of the women who served, who saved lives, and who were then, somehow, forgotten. This line, man, it just hits you, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the whole point of what we're talking about. A mission to bring back the voices and faces of the women that history tried to make invisible. So let's go ahead and pull back the curtain on this chapter of history that most of us never even knew existed. Our guide for this is Kristin Hannah's incredible novel, The Women. And you should know, this isn't just a piece of fiction. It's more like a work of historical archaeology, digging up and breathing life into a story that was pretty much buried in the footnotes of the Vietnam War for decades. Every story like this has a hero, and this one's no different. We're about to meet a young woman who decided she wanted to be a hero in a world that basically told her, sorry, that's a man's job. So meet Frances McGrath, but everyone calls her Frankie. You gotta picture it. She's growing up in a super sheltered, conservative family on the sunny California coast. It's the 1960s, the world is churning with change, but in her house, life is all about tradition and really, really clear rules about what women do and what men do. And this right here, this really gets to the core of what's happening inside Frankie's head. Everything she's ever been taught is that heroes are guys, like her father, her brother. It's their role. But something inside her just won't accept that. And that's when she makes a choice that is going to blow her entire world apart. Yep, she does it. She trades her comfortable, predictable life for a uniform and joins the Army Nurse Corps. She's idealistic, a little naive, but totally determined. And just like that, she's sent to Vietnam, thinking she's going to do her part, serve her country, and make her family proud. But nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, could have prepared her for what was actually waiting for her. So what is it really like? What's the reality for an army nurse just miles away from the front lines of one of the most brutal wars in modern history? It was just a relentless 24/7 assault on your soul. It wasn't just the danger, but the pure chaos. Imagine a never-ending stream of helicopters, each one bringing in more terribly wounded young men. Her daily life became a blur of blood, fear, and the impossible emotional weight of trying to survive it all. In the middle of this absolute hellscape, the only thing that keeps her going is the sisterhood she finds with the other nurses. They're not just co-workers, they become her family. They're the only people on Earth who get it, the only ones who can help carry that impossible burden. These friendships weren't just nice to have, they were her lifeline. And this quote just perfectly captures the tragic irony of their whole situation. Every single day, these women are performing miracles. They're fighting tooth and nail to save lives in the middle of a nightmare. They're heroes by any definition of the word. And yet, to the world back home, they're invisible. So Frankie's tour of duty does eventually end, but her battle? Oh, it was far from over. In so many ways, the hardest, most brutal part was just about to begin. Seriously, just think about that for a second. You've been through hell. You served your country with everything you had. You've seen things no human should ever see. So when you finally get home, what do you expect? Maybe a thank you, or at the very least, just for people to acknowledge what you did. This is what she gets. Not even anger or protests. She gets something so much worse. A deep, profound, deafening silence. A total denial that her experience ever even happened. So why? How could that possibly happen? Well, it came down to this completely baffling, illogical idea that society just seemed to accept. Her trauma, her service, it didn't count because she was a woman. She was met with this constant, dismissive line over and over, there were no women in Vietnam. Her reality was just poof, erased. And that's the second war Frankie has to fight. It's a battle against being invisible, a fight to hold on to her own sanity when the world is telling her that everything she lived through, the friends she lost, the men she saved, that none of it was real. And that psychological wound, it turned out to be just as agonizing as any physical one. Okay, so why is this story, this one woman's journey, so incredibly important for us to understand today? Well, because it forces us to ask some really big questions. Like, what is courage, really? It's not about not being afraid, it's about showing up when you're absolutely terrified. It's a powerful reminder that war doesn't just end when you get on a plane and go home. And it asks this devastating question: who are you, what do you become, when the world itself refuses to see you? So that's the experience this story offers. It's incredibly powerful, it's heavy, and it's all about the characters and their journey. This is not some fast-paced action story. It's a deep, historically eye-opening look at the human cost of war, and maybe more importantly, the incredible strength of the women who lived through it.
And in the end, it leaves us with this powerful idea. History itself doesn't forget. People do. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who else have we allowed to just fade away in our memories?